The story of Kofi's pain. In the quiet village of Asonko, a loud wail pierced the evening air. Kofi sat outside his modest hut, clutching his chest as tears streamed down his face. His heart was heavy, and the weight of his pain seemed unbearable. The villagers, familiar with his sorrow, cast sympathetic glances but kept their distance, for Kofi's grief was his alone to bear. Kofi had been a strong and cheerful man once, known for his hard work and his kindness. He had a small family, a wife named Oma and 2 children, Kwame and Efua. They were his world, and his days were filled with laughter and joy. But tragedy struck one fateful afternoon when a sudden illness swept through the village. Despite the healer's efforts, both Oma and Kwame succumbed to the sickness, leaving Kofi with only Efua. Devastated, Kofi poured all his love and attention into caring for his daughter. Efua became his sole reason to smile, and her laughter was the only thing that could momentarily ease his pain. But fate had more trials in store. One day, while playing near the river, Efua slipped and fell into the fast-moving current. By the time Kofi reached her, it was too late. His little girl was gone. Kofi's world crumbled. The man who once radiated joy now carried a heart filled with anguish. The village mourned with him, but they could not fill the void left by his family. Kofi became a shadow of his former self, retreating into solitude and silence. Days turned into months, and months into years. Kofi's pain was a constant companion, but he never lost his gentle nature. He began to spend his days at the village's small shrine, helping to keep it clean and offering prayers for those who still had families to cherish. The elders noticed his dedication and invited him to join their council, hoping that a sense of purpose might bring him some solace. Kofi accepted the invitation and slowly began to heal, finding meaning in helping others. He became a source of wisdom for the younger villagers, sharing his experiences and guiding them with a gentle hand. Though the pain of his losses never fully left him, Kofi learned to live with it, turning his sorrow into a quiet strength. One evening, a young boy named Kojo approached Kofi, tears in his eyes. His father had passed away, and he didn't know how to cope with the loss. Kofi took the boy's hand and sat with him under the stars, sharing stories of Oma, Kwame, and Efua. He spoke of love, loss, and the resilience of the human spirit. Kojo listened intently, finding comfort in Kofi's words. From that day on, Kofi became a mentor to many in the village. His pain, once a source of isolation, became a bridge to connect with others who had suffered. He showed them that while grief could not be erased, it could be endured, and that life, though altered by loss, could still hold moments of beauty and joy. As Kofi continued his journey of healing, he became deeply involved in the community. He initiated projects to improve the village, including building a new schoolhouse and repairing the old well. His efforts not only provided practical benefits but also brought the villagers together, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. Kofi's work with the children of Asonko became particularly fulfilling. He established a storytelling circle where the elders and children gathered to share tales of old. These stories became a way for Kofi to pass on wisdom and lessons about life's challenges and the importance of resilience. Through these gatherings, he found joy in seeing the younger generation grow up with a sense of hope and community. One day, a severe drought hit Asonko, threatening the village's crops and water supply. The villagers were anxious and unsure of how to cope. Kofi, drawing from his own experiences with hardship, stepped forward to lead them. He organized a plan to ration water and work together to conserve resources. His calm demeanor and practical solutions helped ease the villagers' fears, and they rallied together to overcome the crisis. The drought brought back memories of loss for Kofi, but it also reinforced the importance of community and support. He saw how the villagers leaned on each other, much like how he had learned to lean on them during his darkest days. This realization deepened Kofi's sense of belonging and purpose. As the village slowly recovered, Kofi's leadership and compassion became the bedrock of Asonko's resilience. The villagers began to honor him with the title of Elder of the Heart, recognizing his ability to guide them through both joy and sorrow. Kofi accepted the title humbly, knowing that his strength came from the very people he served. One night, as Kofi sat by the shrine, an old friend, Kwesi, who had left the village years ago, returned. Kwesi had heard of Kofi's transformation and wanted to reconnect. The two friends spent hours talking about their past, their losses, and their hopes for the future. Kwesi shared his own struggles, and Kofi listened, offering the same compassion and understanding he had shown to others. Kwesi's visit marked the beginning of a new chapter for Kofi. Together, they decided to build a memorial in the village to honor those who had passed away. The memorial became a place for reflection and remembrance, allowing the villagers to pay tribute to their loved ones and find solace in the shared experience of loss. Kofi's life, once defined by personal tragedy, became a testament to the power of healing through community. His story inspired others to find strength in unity and to support one another through life's inevitable hardships. The village of Asonko, under Kofi's guidance, flourished as a place where compassion and resilience thrived. In his later years, Kofi often reflected on his journey. He remembered the deep pain of losing his family and how it had shaped him into the person he had become. Though the ache never fully disappeared, it had transformed into a quiet reminder of the love he had once known and the impact he could make on others. As Kofi's time drew to a close, he gathered the villagers one last time. Under the starlit sky, he shared his final story, a story of hope, redemption, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. He urged them to continue supporting one another, to find joy even in the face of sorrow, and to remember that together, they could overcome anything. When Kofi passed away, the village mourned deeply but also celebrated the legacy he had left behind. The memorial he and Kwesi had built became a central part of village life, a symbol of the enduring bonds that held the community together. Kofi's story lived on in the hearts of the villagers, a reminder that even in the face of profound pain, healing and hope were always within reach.